Hello, thank you for joining. This is the first episode of Quarantunes for Percussion with Mr. Spur. Quarantunes, Quarantunes, we're all stuck inside with Quarantunes. So today we're going to do some rhythmic sight reading. We're going to first read the 8th note rhythm written on the board. We'll move on to a 16th note rhythm, and then we're going to focus on rudiments. The rudiment of focus today will be the 9-stroke roll. So let's take a look at this exercise right up here. We're going to count it cold. Here's the Met. And 1, 2, ready, and count. 1 and 3, 4. 1 and 3 and 2 and 4 and 2 and 4. Okay, so this is what we're going to do now. What I'd like you to do is write down this rhythm, and then you're going to write out how to count it out. As you write this down, I'm going to write it on the board for you. Let's see how well we do. First measure, we have 2 eighth notes, followed by an 8th rest, an 8th note, and then 2 quarters. Remember, we count 8th notes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So, let's apply it. All notes at the beginning of the measure are on beat 1. There's another 8th note, it's on and. We have an 8th rest right here. For all rests, those are beats of silence, or moments of silence. We don't say anything or play or do anything there, okay? Moving on, because this rest is on the beat and this 8th note is off the beat, it's going to be on the and. And the 2 quarter notes on beats 3 and 4. Next measure. So, we have 2 8th notes, quarter rest, dotted quarter followed by an 8th note. All notes, beginning of the measure, begin on beat 1. 8th notes are counted 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So, this 8th note following the 8th note on beat 1 will be an and. The 8th rest will be nothing, though it's on beat 2. Okay? I said 8th rest should be a quarter rest. Whoops. Okay, we have a dotted quarter note. Remember, whenever we put a dot on a note, we take half the value of the note and we added 2 there. So this quarter note is 2 8th notes long. So whenever you put a dot there, you add an 8th to it. So now this is going to be 3 8th notes long. This is on beat 3. And then you go 3 and 4. Therefore, this 8th note right here will be on the and of 4. Let's look at this next measure. 8th rest followed by an 8th note, quarter note. 8th rest followed by 3 8th notes. Okay? Anything at the beginning of a measure is on beat 1. But because we have a rest there, we're not writing anything. Leave it blank. We have an 8th note. Because this is off the beat, this is going to be the and of 1. The quarter note will be on beat 2. We have an 8th rest right on the downbeat of beat 3, but because it's a rest, we leave it blank. Followed by another 8th note, that will be an and. And then, to finish it off, we have 2 more 8th notes, that'll be 4 and. Last measure. Quarter rest, 2 8th notes followed by an 8th rest, and then 1 more 8th note and a quarter. Everything falls first of the measure in beat 1. We have a rest there. Nothing's written there. Move on to beat 2. We have 2 8th notes, 2 and. Beat 3, there's an 8th rest, leave it blank. But we always count 1 and 2 and 3 and. So that will be the end of 3. And then the quarter note is on the last beat. That's beat 4. How'd you do? Did you get it right? Let's try counting it again. And 1, 2, ready, count. 1 and 3, 4. 1 and 3 and 2 and 4 and 2 and 4. Okay, now what I want you to do is with your sticks in hand, we're going to play through it. Here we are. 1, 2, play and count. 1 and 3, 4. 1 and 3 and 2 and 4 and 2 and 4. Notice how I'm counting out loud as I'm playing. It's because if you can't say it, you can't play it. So make sure you internalize it here. You can produce it vocally, and then you can produce it here. All right? Now let's move on to a 16th note rhythm. Okay, I got a 16th note rhythm written right here on the board. Oh, gotta turn the volume on. 1, 2, count it cold. 1 E and a 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4. 1, 2 E and 3, 4 E and 1 E and a 2 E and a 4. Okay, I know some of those might be a little hard to read, but what you can do is you can pause this video, write it down yourself, and then count it out again. Now what I want us to do is I'm going to write out how we count it underneath the notes. Okay, you can take the time to do that as well. So, measure 1. We have 4 16th notes, 2 eighths, quarter, and 2 more eighths. Remember, we count 16th notes as 1, E, and A. So, it's on beat 1, we'll count it like that. 1, E, and A. Beat 2, we have 2 eighth notes, that will be 2, and. Followed by a quarter note on beat 3, and then 2 eighth notes for and. Let's look at that next measure. So we have an eighth note followed by 2 16th notes. Quarter, eighth note followed by 2 more 16th notes. See if I can draw that a little better. And then another quarter note. So remember, 2 16th notes make up 1 eighth. So we count this 8th 16th note pattern like this. 1 and A. Because the E is inside this 8th note. Moving on to beat 2. Quarter note takes up all of beat 2. We have the same 8th note 16th note pattern. So that will be 3 and A. And then with the last quarter note will be on beat 4. Next measure. Quarter note, 2 16ths and an 8. Quarter note, 2 16ths and an 8. All notes at the beginning of the measure are on beat 1. Since it's a quarter note, it's a 4/4 measure, takes up the entire beat. Now, we got 2 16ths and an 8. This one's like this figure right here, but only flipped around. So, it'll look like this. 2, E, and. Because eighth notes are as long as 2 16th notes. Therefore, the of this 16th note phrase lives inside this 8th note. Quarter notes on beat 3. And then, kind of like the previous phrase before, this will be 4, E, and. Last measure. We got 8 16th notes, quarter rest, and then a quarter note. Remember, we count 16th notes. 1 E and a, 2 E and a. So that's what we'll write underneath these first 8. 1 E and a, 2 E and a. Quarter rest, that's on beat 3, but because it's a rest, we don't play. That's a beat of silence. And then there's a quarter note on beat 4. Okay? Let's try counting it again. With the Met. 1 and 2 and ready and a go. 1 E and a 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4. 1, 2 E and 3, 4 E and 1 E and a 2 E and a 4. Okay, as you do. If you need a second try at it, all you gotta do is rewind and do it again. Let's switch gears now and look at that 9-stroke roll. Okay, written up on the board is the 9-stroke roll. Okay, as you can see, there are 9 different notes. We got 8 16th notes followed by a quarter note. Okay, hence the name 9-stroke roll. We play these with a series of doubles. So we have 2 rights followed by 2 lefts, 2 rights followed by 2 lefts, and you end it on a single stroke. So it should look something like this. Right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right. And then make sure you can do the reverse. Left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left. And then as you practice, you can cycle through them. Let's try working on that together with the metronome. This click is set at 59, that's just below 60. We gotta do this nice and slow. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and go. Right, right, left, left, right. Oh, that's a little fast for us. So let me slow that down. Give me a second. All right, I got the Met fixed now. We're starting this at 50 clicks a minute instead of 60 clicks a minute. Okay, here we go. Playing it together. 1 E and a 2 E and a ready and go. Right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right. Switch to the left. Left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left. Back to the right. Right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right. Switch to the left. Left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left. Back to the right. Right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right. Back to the left. Left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left. To the right. Right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right. To the left. Left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left. And stop. So, when you're practicing this, you got to make sure you get this motion mastered. This is the double. So, a lot of people like to do throw and then catch. Throw, catch. Throw, catch. Throw, catch. Even with their left hand. Some people like to feel the double in their hands. They like to be in control of each stroke. Whatever technique you choose, you got to make sure that those sticks are still even. Okay? You don't want them crunched or you don't want them too wide. They have to be perfectly fitting within the click. Okay? Let's try it again. 2, ready, and go. Right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, and switch. Left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, and switch. Right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, and switch. Left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, and we'll stop right there. So, when you practice this by yourself, make sure you're starting with the metronome slowly, okay? You don't want to speed through this, okay? If you get it mastered slow, then the easier it is for your hands to memorize that. All right, that's it. Make sure you're still practicing these. And if you still need sticks, the band room should still be open. I saw some sticks still waiting in there for students to grab. Or you can also go to the music shops and grab this stuff too. All right, see you next time and stay safe out there.